You know how we say how the people who follow Trump really hard are part of a cult? Well, honestly, I think this is the weirdest and cultiest thing that I've seen in a while, and it's only going to get worse from here. So Fox News recently, you know, the Fox News, the purveyor of very factual and extremely reputable news, has not been having a good time of it recently. They have been left in the cold by not only their president, but also their audience. And it is really funny to watch this happen, but also a little weird. So this breakup between Trump and Fox has been in the works for a little while, and it's a breakup that's left the kids in such a bad position. So Trump's been moving away from Fox News ever since they started to push back against some of their lies, starting specifically with Shepard Smith, who was pushed out of Fox, and now he's on ABC, and followed closely behind by people like Chris Wallace, who was, if you remember, moderated the first debate between Trump and Biden, and how conservatives are like, I can't believe someone would ask Trump horrible liberal questions like, why are you lying? It kind of came to a head a day after the election when Fox News actually called Arizona before any other news station did for Joe Biden. And then, mind you, conservatives unironically thought this is some sort of like election fraud. They actually unironically believe that Fox News's call for Arizona put a magical spell over Arizona, which made it so that every other ballot counted after that is for Joe Biden. He will never be able to take Arizona back after this. And it kind of boiled over with Tucker Carlson the other day coming out with a really stinging repudiation of the Trump campaign by asking way too many questions. And when I say way too many questions, I mean one question, which was, where's your evidence?
All of which brings us to the bombshell at the center of today's press conference. That was delivered by former prosecutor Sidney Powell, who has also served as General Mike Flynn's lawyer. For more than a week, Powell has been all over conservative media with the following story. This election was stolen by a collection of international leftists who manipulated vote tabulating software in order to flip millions of votes from Donald Trump to Joe Biden. Now, to be perfectly clear, we did not dismiss any of it. We don't dismiss anything anymore. We literally do a UFO segment, not because we're crazy, but because there is evidence that UFOs are real and everyone lies about it. So that's a long way of saying we took Sidney Powell seriously. We had no intention of fighting with her. We've always respected her work. So we invited Sidney Powell on the show. We would have given her the whole hour. We would have given her the entire week, actually, and listened quietly the whole time at rapt attention. That's a big story. But she never sent us any evidence, despite a lot of requests, polite requests, not a page. When we kept pressing, she got angry and told us to stop contacting her.
Can we just talk about for a second how funny it is that Tucker Carlson doesn't believe systemic racism is real, but he donates several hours a year of his show to UFO and fucking Bigfoot sightings because there's evidence that it's real. And everyone lies about it. That is, I'm telling you, dude, The Onion wishes that they could make such amazing content that flows out of Tucker Carlson. They wish that they had such good writers as the ones that are on Tuck's show. They really wish that they could do this, but sadly, reality will always be funnier. But that's it. That's Tucker Carlson's ghosting story. He got ghosted by some chick who said she had a lot of information, and that's his whole story. And that's what Republicans are mad at him for. And they let him have it too. Take a look at this. Did you know Tucker Carlson's father, Dick Carlson, was nominated by George H.W. Bush to be the U.S. ambassador for Seychelles? He is also a member of the European Broadcasting Union and the Asian Broadcasting Union controlled opposition patriots. What the fuck does that even mean? This is what I'm telling you, why you can't feed into these sorts of conspiracies. Because when you feed into them, that's what Tucker Carlson has done. He's fed into the conspiracy that there's been voter fraud. He fed into the conspiracy that the deep state is going against Trump. He even fed into the conspiracy that Trump is somehow a populist, even though he ran as a corporate shill who has Goldman Sachs members in his administration and who enriches himself off of literally everything, every piece of legislation that he pushes through. I mean, do we forget that his literal son-in-law is in charge of Middle East peace and the COVID response? That's his actual son-in-law, the dude who has no experience. Trump is the definition of nepotism. If you look up nepotism in the dictionary, it's going to be him. That man and his quivering cake. To believe that Donald Trump is working for anybody but himself and his family is to believe in conspiracy. But it didn't just stop there. It goes even further than that. Sebastian Gorka decided to chime in and be like, Fox News is crumbling. They're going down like the Hindenburg boys. It is funny that that conservatives are jumping ship from Fox News to whatever else, like buttfuck a news organization that they want to be a part of. But it is a little scary that they're going to be even more radicalized by even less journalistically inclined news organizations. That is scary to me, because the thing is that even though Fox News is a bastion of idiocy, at the very least they have to abide by some journalistic standards, or else they're going to be taken off the air. It's a very low bar, but the bar is there. They're jumping to places like freaking Newsmax, and I don't even know that I don't even know else. OAN, who I believe whose presence online is literally YouTube and maybe their own websites and maybe a radio station or two. Fox News aided and abetted Donald Trump to where he had no more use for them. And mind you, people who run conspiracies, they don't have friendships, okay? They don't have lasting friendships. They only have people who push their agenda, and that's it. Until they were too radical to even watch Fox News anymore. It's getting so big that there are even polls on it right now. The Morning Consult survey showed 67% of Americans who identify as Republican had a favorable opinion of the right-leaning network. In a survey conducted a week after the election, favorability slipped to 54%, including 30% of Republicans giving an unfavorable view of the network. It even reached the ears of our favorite catboy lover, our favorite femboy fucker, Nick Fuentes. He's even mad at Poor Tuck.
And I don't know about you, but I was awfully disappointed yesterday with Tucker Carlson. Did anybody see that? I mean, what the hell?
We expect better.
We do. And you know something? On election night, it was Fox News that first called Arizona prematurely for Biden.
They betrayed us. Fox News won't air Donald Trump screeching about how 50 billion illegal immigrants voted. Listen, okay, if they love democracy so much, I don't know why they only voted once. Republicans talk about how they love this country and love democracy so much. I love democracy so much I voted a couple of times. The conspiracy goes so deep, they're even Pizzagating him now.
Tucker likes pizza.
Well, there's a certain pizza restaurant that Tucker Carlson not just visits or not just attended, but actually is a VIP regular. Now, in the article, there's a very interesting segment about the people that come to Comet Ping Pong Pizza.
Comet Ping Pong, I've heard that before. Comet Ping Pong Pizza.
That's the restaurant owned by Tony Elefantis, James Elefantis rather, the man that associated him with Tony
back
and
in 2016, Comet Ping Pong Pizza. Pizzagate.
4chan really ain't that happy either. What's their end game? They have none. They blew their cover already. People aren't coming back to Fox. RSBN has cuter reporters. Ah, yes. I'm so glad they have their priorities straight. I too judge my news sites by how fat and juicy their reporters' titties are. But I decided to look up what RSBN was because I've never heard of it before. And apparently it's Right Side Broadcasting News Network. I think I found the woman that they were referring to. I'm pretty sure this is the woman that they said that is way cuter than anybody on Fox News. And yeah, I think this is the place. Why does the tortoise have a Trump hat? What the fuck is going on in this picture? So that's where we are now with the right-wing community completely splintered, conservatives all around coming to realize that elected Republicans aren't in their best interest, but in the complete wrong direction, is that they're now mad at them for being factual instead of being mad at them for co-opting their oppressors and allowing them to steal their healthcare out the back door as they worry about horrible issues like how many taco trucks are in their local area or how many black people are receiving healthcare from a government-sponsored program. Those things are the things that they're worrying about, and not like how they're going to feed their family, what healthcare they're going to get. And the radicalization has basically been complete. They are They are far beyond what they used to be. Republicans are now even doing Bernie or bust. They are doing Trump or bust. They're TOB. They are TOBing the Republican Party. If you don't support Trump and his will to try to overthrow this election, you are not going to be a part of the Republican Party anymore. You are going to be excommunicated. You're going to be taken out of the family. They're going to actively work to try and get Democrats elected, which, you know what? Godspeed, Chief. We had enough of them on our side. The right wingers who are saying things like this, they have a lot of sway over the conservative populace. And if they're looking to get conservatives ousted because they don't support Trump and throwing away millions of votes so he could arise as God Emperor of the world, you know, I'll take it. You know, you drive a hard bargain, but I think I'll take it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a great one. If you really enjoyed the video, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and you can even check us out on Twitch as well. We don't do too many pre-recorded videos, but I wanted to bang one out for you real quick. Thanks for watching. Have a great one. Take care of yourself.